All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Just gonna chill and wait. Chill. All right. Well, people will be in here soon, so I'm just gonna wait for that. All right. Well, I can't believe the Patriots. What is it? Let me connect my AirPods. Actually, shoot, that'll be smart. There we go. Should be able to hear me better now. All right. So who's in the chat right now? Who is here? Well, who is? Let's see what's going on with the NFL right now. We got. I know Cam Newton signed a new deal with the Patriots, 1 year, 14 million, and Tom Brady signed a new deal. He took a pay cut so that most of the people from that championship year could stay together, which is pretty cool. Now we're just gonna really need to see when what's gonna happen with free agency, what teams are gonna really go all in because a lot of teams do have a lot of money. But now we're gonna see who's gonna want to make that big move for those big time players. Don't know who it's gonna be yet, but we'll see. We will see. It's gonna be an interesting free agency, that's for sure. A lot of players are going new places. We got some quarterbacks going to new places. We don't know who the Washington football team is going to sign now because Cam Newton is staying with the Patriots with that $14 million deal. But we're really gonna have to see. It's gonna be interesting. There's a lot of good receivers. There's Kenny Galladay, I think it is, or no, it's Marvin Jones. Yeah, Marvin Jones, Juju Smith Schuster, Will Fuller. There's a lot of good players, and then Aaron Jones. There's a lot of good running backs too. So we're really gonna have to see. I think if Aaron Jones doesn't stay with Green Bay, he's gonna go to the Dolphins because the Dolphins really do need a running back. But I think they will go for him. But I think the best tight ends available for any team that do need a like a tight end or like the Patriots, the Jets. Yeah, the Jets need a good tight end. Teams like that will really need a solid tight end for them to be in contention because the Patriots do need a solid wide receiver and a solid tight end to be in contention again because we do have that the Patriots do have that good defense that everyone is looking for, but they just need that solid wide receiver piece and that solid tight end because I understand it's really hard to find a tight end like Rob Gronkowski again, but if you could just find like a for sure tight end that's gonna have constant production, then I think the Patriots should be fine. But we're really gonna have to wait and see who the Patriots are going to sign. It's definitely gonna be a fun free agency, and I am gonna make videos on that. And I believe free agency starts March 17th. I believe. Let me see. Let's see here. Free agency. When does that start? Starts March 17th. I believe it's like right in the afternoon. So we're really gonna. It's really gonna be interesting. We're gonna see what teams are gonna make the first move at those Big Ten players. We're gonna see if Juju's gonna stay in Pittsburgh because they did take that pay cut, or Big Ben did take that pay cut. So we are gonna really see if he's gonna want to stay there. If not there, then he's either gonna go to the Chargers, the Patriots, the Packers, or a team that needs a solid number one wide receiver, number two wide receiver. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be when's March 17th? What day is that? Um, was that Wednesday? Yeah, I think that's Wednesday. Hey, if you guys are in the chat, say make sure you say something. Say who's here in the chat. What's gonna be? I'm definitely gonna have to stay up to date when free agency does start. I know that first day is gonna have to be ready to make a video right when something happens, or like pretty much right after school. I'm gonna have to make something, and whenever then after that. But I'm gonna be having football from like 3:30 to 6:30, mostly every day for the next 5 weeks. So it is gonna be interesting. You guys have any questions that you guys want to know about, like who's gonna go where or what's gonna happen? Just let me know in the chat. Who is here? Who is in the chat? But the most talked about one was gonna be who the Patriots were gonna sign at quarterback. It was gonna be either Jimmy Garoppolo or we were gonna draft a quarterback. But now that Cam Newton is officially gonna be the Patriots quarterback, now we're gonna really have to see who's gonna if the Patriots are gonna want to draft a quarterback to learn behind Cam Newton, or we're gonna wait till next year if we either gonna keep extending Cam Newton or just work with a rookie. But it is gonna be an interesting year for sure for all teams. Actually, it's gonna be really interesting. We're really gonna have to see who's gonna step up and who's gonna want to make that big leap for that one player or multiple players. Actually, I feel like there's gonna be that one team that's gonna push for like at least 3 or 4 people. Like with those teams like the Jaguars, the Jets, the Chargers, and the Patriots. I know they all have like at least 60 million cap space each. I know the Patriots just used 14 of it on Cam Newton. I don't know if that's all guaranteed, but I know it's going to be. I know it's at least most of it's guaranteed. Actually, yeah, I think it is guaranteed. 1 year, 14 million guaranteed. I think his last one was like 1 year, 6 million guaranteed. But we're really gonna have to see what we put around him. But yeah, the pay cut Tom Brady did take, it's gonna really, um, it's really gonna keep his team together, like in that championship run for next year, because they're gonna want to get, like Tom Brady said, he wants the Bucks to trade for Odell Beckham Jr. If that happens, and it's gonna be a really good team that they're gonna have next year. They're gonna really have a solid defense, and they're gonna have another solid offense. And now we're just gonna really wait to see what happens next year. It's definitely gonna be a fun off season, that's for sure. I'm definitely gonna need to stay up to date, and I'm also gonna be making pretty much gameplay because my friend did give me an Elgato to record gameplay like on Madden, so I'm gonna be doing that soon. Hope you guys are gonna want to watch that. Just let me know if you guys would want to watch that. Like, who is here though? Make sure you guys do say something. Is it not letting you guys type or what? Because I know that it does say that there are 4 people in here, but I'm just wanting to know if it's not letting you guys type or not. All right. Let's see what's going on with every NFL team right now. So, yep, they Buccaneers agree to a 1-year extension on Tom Brady. Uh, Trey Lance looks like he could be a really good quarterback. I think he's just gonna need to learn behind a veteran. I don't think he's gonna be that quarterback that's gonna be able to be molded into. Thoughts on Tom Brady signing another year with the Bucks? I think it's good for them. I think that's good that they are gonna have that their starting quarterback. I think they are gonna need to either draft a young quarterback or sign someone to learn from behind Tom Brady because he's not going to build. He's not going to. We don't know how long he's going to play for. No one really does. Everyone thought he'd be done after this, after like another year or two, but it doesn't look like it because he looks like he wants to keep playing. So it is going to be a really fun and interesting year. That is for sure. Any other questions you guys got? Let's see. These are possible candidates for Kenny Galladay to go to. We got the Washington football team, and then we have Joe Tooney. These are like possible like people that could go to each team. Joe Tooney to the Jaguars because they do need a solid O lineman, and Joe Tooney is that, and they'd be able to easily pay him. Hunter Henry, I don't think he's gonna stay with the Chargers. I really don't think that. I think he's gonna leave in free agency. Jonnu Smith to the Bills. I could see that or the Patriots or probably a team that really does need like a tight end like the Jets or the Dolphins. And then we have Shaquille Barrett. I think he will stay on the Buccaneers because Tom Brady did take that pay cut, and I think he is going to want to try and do another repeat. Kevin Zeitler to the Ravens. That is another really good guard there. So I think if the Ravens can like protect Lamar, then I think they can have a good season. But I think they need that solid wide receiver out there. But they don't really have that right now. Hollywood Brown is not that kind of person because he's really not that big, in my opinion. I think he. Let me see how much he weighs. Let me search how much he weighs. Um, Hollywood Brown. How much does he weigh? He does not weigh that much. I know that. I'm pretty sure it's like only like it's one. He only weighs 180, and he is really not that big of a wide receiver. So if he runs into one of those like hard hitting safeties or corners, I don't think he will be able to absorb the hit that well because when he was in college, he was able to just run past people because they weren't like that many hard hitting people in college last year that he had to worry about. But another name for free agency is Matt Judon going to the Jets. I think that could work. And the reason I say that could work is because they do need a solid pass rusher, and I think they could get Matthew Judon at a cheap price, probably like a 2-year deal, probably around like $12-13 million deal. But we're really gonna have to wait and see what approach the Jets are gonna have to take this year to make them into like at least like I don't know if they can make playoffs, but I think if they do want to stick with Sam Darnold, they're gonna have to put like a strong O lineman in front of him like Penny Sewell from Oregon. He is a really dominant run and pass blocker. So if they do want to stick with him there, then it's going to be really interesting. And then it says Melvin Ingram to the Ravens. This could happen if the Ravens do move on with Matthew Judon, which I think they will do. But I don't really see them going after. I really don't see them going after Melvin Ingram. I don't know who they're gonna go after, but I think Melvin Ingram is gonna probably go to probably like the Jets or like maybe even the Dolphins. The Dolphins are a team that would need it. And then we have it says Scroll down. It says Carl Lawson to the Seattle Seahawks. I believe he played for yeah, he played for the Bengals, I believe it was. And I think if the Seahawks yeah, I think that they are definitely gonna go D line here just because they yeah, Mark Ingram is going to the Texans on a 1 year deal. I really didn't expect that because they did just get David Johnson last year with that crappy ass Mark what is it, DeAndre Hopkins trade. But the Seahawks, I do see them actually going after a pass rusher. The only reason I say this is because they did release Carlos Dunlap after only 1 year there. He did actually have a good season there, not too bad for being traded there halfway through the year. But we're all gonna have to see. This is going to be a really interesting free agency for every team here. Trenton Williams to the 49ers. I do not see this happening. I see him going to like the Chargers or the Jaguars. So those are like the two main teams I do see him going to. But like what Chase said, Mark Ingram to the Texans. That I don't know what their thought was there. They already have some good running backs there. Maybe they're not going to stick with Duke Johnson, the other running back that they have, but Mark Ingram, he is like a power back. He's really not that shifty. He's pretty much like he's a bigger size running back. But like I said, Trent Williams to the 40 back to the 49ers. I don't see that happening because they he didn't he had a decent year, not like a solid year. But now Yannick Ngakwe to the Raiders. That this could be an interesting one. Teams that I could see him going for is the Titans. The reason that I say the Titans is because yeah, Cam Newton is staying with the Patriots on a 1 year, $14 million deal. That could be good if the Patriots do put some pieces around him, but we're gonna have to really wait and see. But like what I was saying with Unique Ngakoue, what team did I say? Oh yeah, him to the Titans. The reason that I say him to the Titans is because the Titans do need a strong pass rusher. They didn't really have that all year last year. They were really missing that. And if they do get that solid pass rusher, I really do think that they can be that good team again because they are really known for being an offensive heavy team with having Ryan Tannehill, AJ Brown, and Derrick Henry as their main three people. But now we're really gonna have to see if they're gonna want to build on that defense with that. I don't know how much money they have. I think it's around 30 million. I don't quite remember. I'd have to look back on that sometime, but I think they do have a decent amount of money to play around with. And then it says Richard Sherman to the Raiders. I feel like at this point in Richard Sherman's career, he's really just gonna be like as like a mentor or like in that general manager role to like help younger players learn. I really don't think he's like chasing a ring anymore. I really don't. He's really not at that point in his career anymore. He's already won one. So I really think he's just gonna go into that mentorship role, take probably less of a pay cut, and just like teach younger players like what to do and all that. And then it says Bud Dupree to the Cleveland Browns. The reason that this could work is because they are trying to build on that defense. I do think they no, the Bucks are going to no, they are going to release no, they're not going to re-sign him, so it's not releasing him if they only put him on a 1 year deal. Bruce Arians already said that they don't have room for him, so it looks like they might trade for Odell because that's what Tom Brady wants, and pretty much what Tom Brady wants, that's what they will receive because he's Tom Brady. You don't want to make him mad because he pretty much runs the offense. But yeah, they're not going to re-sign Antonio Brown. I think he does deserve another chance with another team because he did actually play pretty well this season. For yeah, well, he will never be the same, but he actually did have a decently good year in the playoffs and actually those games that he was in the regular season. So maybe he can find his way back onto another team. Maybe Tom Brady can put in a good word for him because Tom Brady was able to get him on that team. So we're gonna really have to see if he goes to anywhere or if he just retires. But yeah, like I said, Bud Dupree to the Browns. I see them actually probably going after like a corner here. Don't know what corner. I know that the corners that there are out there on the market are actually pretty good, but I don't really know who they will want to go after there. Any other questions you guys have? I know there's other people in the chat, so anyone else have any other questions that I can't answer? Let's see here, what else is going on with other teams? Yeah. Christian, do you have any Chris, do you have any what is it, other questions that you want to ask, like that you want to know about, or what, like my thoughts on anything? Just type it in the chat right now. I'm just looking around, seeing what's going on. Yeah, he is past his prime, but I do believe he does have some more playing time in him. Any thoughts on DK Metcalf? I don't think he's a top 10 wide receiver. I think he is a good wide receiver, just not top 10. People are trying to compare him to Megatron, but he's not going to be that ever type of receiver. I'm not going to even be close to comparing him to Megatron unless he gets starting to get double teamed right on the line of scrimmage. If you just search up, was it Megatron double teamed on line of scrimmage, it's going to pop up with two players literally like standing in front of him, not like letting him, because he was just that dominant of a player that he could easily win those one on ones. So yeah, I don't really see that. DeAndre Hopkins, he's top 5 for me. I strongly believe in that. I strongly believe DeAndre Hopkins is a top 5 wide receiver. You could ask the Bills, the Hail Mary, or the Hail Murray, sorry, where DeAndre Hopkins just goes over the 3 best players on that team. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. Honestly, can't wait for the draft. It's in April 25th, I believe it is. Now we're gonna it's gonna be a really fun and interesting year. I'm trying to see who it says the Patriots might draft. Wait, it says that they possibly might trade. Let's see, what did the Patriots trade here though? Yeah, it's gonna be any like what else do you guys like think, like any thoughts on like players like who's better between what player and all that? What do you guys think about that? Tyler Lockett. Oh yeah, he's better than DK Metcalf. He is that sure receiver that can get a lot of production out there. There were rumors of them trading him, but I would never want to trade him just because he's always been so for sure for that team, and I would never I would if I was that team I would never want to trade him just because he was such a great player. Or he is still such a great player, and he always is consistent. Like some weeks it was either him or DK Metcalf, and we're really gonna have to wait and see how they're gonna turn DK Metcalf into a good wide receiver, because I feel like he can become a good wide receiver. He's just not there yet. You know what I mean? Yeah, Matthew Stafford on the Rams. I think that is an upgrade for that team. I think they will win the division this year. I think he is that piece that possibly even can get into a Super Bowl there in the NFC. So NFC teams should probably try and should watch out, because Matthew Stafford, he's a veteran. He's good. He now he finally gets that good defense to back him up, and so he doesn't always have to worry about trying to make plays on his own. He knows that that defense can create turnovers with having some great pass rushers in Aaron Donald, and then Michael Brockers and Leonard Floyd. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either if they go to the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl is going to be in LA too this year, so that would be pretty cool, winning it in your home stadium the first year that it is going to be in that Super Bowl, like the first time ever, because it is a new stadium. It just got built this year, or for this year. or no, sorry, for last year that it was the first season that players or teams were able to play in that stadium, which is pretty cool. What else? What else do you guys think? What else like other like conspiracy not I don't know why I said that, but like other like controversial topics do you guys think for players or teams? Jared Goff, he went to the Rams. I'm not to the Rams, to the Detroit Lions. I think that they got like two first round picks out of him or something like that. I don't know. The Lions definitely won that trade because they did get a quarterback. He's all right, but yeah, the Lions definitely won that trade because the Rams definitely don't know how to hold on to a first round pick. Oh, dang it. This is empty. If you guys know me, you guys definitely know I like these drinks right here. It's empty. Sad. Sad, sad, sad day. Deshaun Watson. I honestly Deshaun Watson, he is honestly a top three quarterback. It goes him, just Deshaun Watson, and then like honestly, I don't know who could be the number three. Like you could either put like Tom Brady in there just because he's always been for sure. Uh, if you guys ever say Lamar Jackson's a top 10 quarterback, he is not. When he won MVP, he won it mostly because of his run game. He did not win it because of his pass game. If he ever throws for more, like if he ever throws for the most passing yards in the league, like for that 1 year, I will not call him a running back for the next season after that, but we'll keep calling him a running back until he does that because he is a running back, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think he clearly is a running back. So, like, who do you guys think is better between like Deshaun Watson and who would I think here? Deshaun Watson, yeah, the release of Emmanuel Sanders, yeah, I saw that happening. I don't think he's gonna sign with another team. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he retires. The Saints released a lot of players. They released him. They released Quan Alexander. I believe that was his name. Janoris Jenkins, because they are in pretty much salary cap hell, if you want to call it that. So yeah, they're definitely not in a good spot. But yeah, it's pretty weird. Drew Brees absent. What? I don't know what that says. Yeah, he hasn't even retired yet, but I wouldn't doubt it. He is not. He's not gonna do good next year. It's not gonna be like no comeback tour. He's not gonna like be the same quarterback that he was. So there's not gonna be like no worry about him. He could probably still have a decent year, but not probably like insane. Who do you guys rather want? Who do you guys rather want? Like when they first started in the league, would you like not like age now because I understand one of these quarterbacks is older than the other one, but who would you guys rather want? Would you guys rather want Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson? Shoot, can't even type. You would rather want Russell Wilson? Why would you rather want Russell Wilson over Deshaun Watson? What is your reason for that? Like, what is that main thing that wants you to pick Russell Wilson over Deshaun Watson? Because I would honestly rather have Deshaun Watson. If you look at him when they played the Bills in the playoffs, he is just like he refuses to go down. He's just a playmaker. He threw for the most passing yards this year with not even having that good of wide receivers, not even that good of a tight end group or offensive line in front of him. And Russell Wilson, the only thing that he did have bad this year was a bad offensive line. He did have good receivers. He did have a decently good tight end. He did have good running backs, and he did have a decently good defense. That did like I understand they were ranked 23rd, but they did make plays sometimes when they had to. But we're really gonna have to wait and see who's gonna play better this year. I honestly think it's gonna be Deshaun Watson if he goes to a new team. He he has good speed and even really good throwing. Yeah, well, Deshaun Watson, he can do all that. If you have not seen him do that, you should honestly go check that out because Deshaun Watson does not always need to run in the pocket like Russell Wilson does. Uh, Deshaun Watson, he can easily throw it on the run. He could probably he could probably do a bunch of crazy plays. I feel like if he's on that good team with like a good supporting cast around him, I do see him actually becoming a really good quarterback. I do see him actually becoming the best quarterback in the league if he can get to a new team. Do you guys think that the Chiefs overpaid for Patrick Mahomes? I understand they did pay him a lot because he is a good player, but do you guys think they did overpay him just by like a good amount just because they can't even afford that many players right now? I honestly think they did. Yeah, they definitely did. I think a good contract could have been they should have paid him 10 million. Chase, that'd be less than what Cam Newton's making, right? His contract's 10 years, 500 million. Like it's like 420 million guaranteed. So it is it definitely is. 20 million a year. Dak Prescott's making 35 million a year about that. Cuz he's making 4 years, 160 million, 120 million guaranteed, I think it is. So I think they should have gave him like a 8-year, $300 million contract at the most because they don't really need to be signing a quarterback to a baseball type contract. That's really what it feels like to me that they signed him to a baseball like contract because they really did definitely overpay for a really great quarterback. But now it's gonna be how much do they trust him? Like, yeah, he is the best quarterback in the league, but you also need to realize that when Tom Brady and players when Tom Brady and the Patriots won Super Bowls, Tom Brady really never took that big of a like that really big of a contract. He always took that pay cut so that they can go after those players that they need. And he even is still doing that. He's taking pay cuts so that they could try and trade for Odell Beckham or that they can keep that supporting cast that won them the Super Bowl this year to stay there this year. So if the Chiefs do want to do that, they probably should try and restructure Patrick Mahomes' contract. But I don't know how that is going to go because he probably wants to keep that money because he deserves it. He does deserve it, but I think it is too much. If you ask me, it's way too much. It's just crazy. I think they extended his contract. I saw something on that today or something. All right, let's see here. I doubt they'd restructure his contract. I doubt that happened. Let's see here.